So for this new album, for Field Trip, I want to be able to maximize the platform that I have, right? Through Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. The only thing I'm unsure of as far as sponsored ads are concerned, it needs to get the most, obviously, views or whatever the case is. So what are the best practices?
The thing with targeted ads, everybody thinks like, okay, you know what, I want to target people that listen to my music. Oh, let me target Lecrae fans. And then they'll just put Lecrae fans. But the problem is, you want your ads to go to exactly the right people. And when I say the right people, it has to be not just Lecrae fans, because Lecrae fans, you know, it's a huge pool. And when I say it's a huge pool, like what, does he have like over 1 million likes on Facebook, for example? Because then you're targeting all those people. Because the thing is, Instagram and Facebook, they're one. All these accounts are connected. So if they know you like so-and-so on Facebook, that means you're going to see those ads on Instagram. It's not just going to be Instagram alone. Like, oh, you follow Lecrae? Oh, you're going to start seeing these ads too. And the reason why I would say not...
Thank you. You're welcome.
The reason I would say not just to push those ads only to Lecrae is because that pool is so big, and that doesn't necessarily mean all those people that listen to that like him as well. You see what I'm saying? So what you would do is, what I've been trying to tell people is they need to cultivate their fans. And right now this music sucks because it's so sticking loud. So I'll tell you later.
Yeah, okay.
But we can talk about it. Like, but that's.
But yeah, I figured that
like
much.
There's ways to do it, and I'll tell you how to do it. That's the thing is, everybody's thinking broad. They're not thinking precision. The more precise you are, the more you're going to get. The ROI is going to be greater. The return on investment is going to be greater. And that's what I'm saying. Like who are you very closely to music-wise? If you're doing this rap album.
As far as like if listeners enjoy this.
What do you think your listeners enjoy most?
Little Yachty? I don't know.
Well, you need to find out who your listeners. What do your listeners like?
Is that like Spotify? Like artists similar?
Like,
because it'll say like Aha Gazelle, it'll say stuff like that.
Well, there you go, right there. Like, but that's that. I mean,
but I don't know who Aha Gazelle is.
Okay, we'll talk about this later.
So we just shot some photos for Script's album in front of the school bus, and it's leaving right now. So we caught it just in perfect timing. But thank you.
I'm about to let them know that God will love them in longitude. I let you know what we was doing for a long time. Now I'm coming through, I'm in the long line. They gon' know what we were doing, we gon' let you know. Now we talking about the Lord, that's the Holy Ghost. Rolling out the church and you see what we do. Everybody looking with shoes and they say that I'm cool. I'm out the rolling.
So hard.
That's a roll.
Bro, I would ride with that and bumping loud. Like, dude, like just the way it is. Like, dude, that song is hot. That song is fire.
Man, these are the ones that I first initially thought were fire, and I took them off.
No, you know why it's fire? Because it's so different, and I love it. Like it's like refreshing.
Yeah.
It's hot. It's hot.
That's what I was telling you at the sushi spot. It's all about cultivating your audience. And that's what most people try to do, is that most people actually don't try to do that. All they try to do is to get more fans, but what they don't understand is when you cultivate your audience, it grows your fan base. And what I mean by cultivate your audience is the people that are going to talk about you the most are your fans. And so how do you empower your fans to basically talk about you? Most people don't empower their fans. Like the way you communicate with your fans is so personal, which is what is amazing. Like it's so personal, you actually take the time to do it. Now of course if you get to a huge scale you might not take the time, but knowing you'll still do that. And the thing is, cultivating your fans is basically doing exactly what I was trying to tell you at the sushi spot, is you need to basically it's real relationships. It's actually caring for them. Yes, you can't have a personal relationship with every fan, but if they feel their voice is heard and that what you're telling them is like, when they feel valued and their voice is heard, they're going to be your biggest your biggest support, but not just in the fact of listening to your music. They're going to be your biggest word of mouth, because it's all about word of mouth. People have more of a tendency to listen to somebody when they hear it from someone else. They don't care to see it through a promoted ad. Like, I see promoted ads all the time. I'm disgusted by them. It's like, I don't care about that. Oh, look, it's another shirt. Oh, I'm seeing that because I clicked on this ad. Oh, I'm seeing this because I like so-and-so. Like, I don't want to, everybody hates advertisement. Advertising is great, don't get me wrong. If you know how to do it right, you can do amazing things with it. But most people, they don't know how to advertise, so all they're doing is they're just flushing money down the toilet. And then they're like, wow, I paid $50 and I got this many views. It wasn't that much. And oh, look, my monthly listeners only grew this much. That's why performing live is so important, because that's when people finally, they're right there. They can't go anywhere else. Right. They see you and they're like, wow, I love your music. And then they're like, wow, what's your Instagram? Boom. Oh, I can take a picture with you. Wait, you're outside. I have to buy VIP to see you. Yeah. Oh, wow, you're a normal human being. You're cool. Oh my gosh, you just, like, it's all being personable and real. And the thing is, too many people, they're like, oh, I'm so big. And then they don't do anything. They're just like, oh, I'm so big. I'm better than you. Like, being better than you, you're just going to stay where you're at. You're never going to grow and get better. And the thing is, I know you're not like that and you're good. But the thing is, what I'll say is, you really need to cultivate your artist. And cultivate your artist is, how do you stay connected with your how do you cultivate your fans? Like, how do you cultivate your fans? How do you communicate to your fans? Do you maybe just do an Instagram post? Facebook Live. Yeah, but there's so many different things you can do. You can go live. You can do newsletters. You can do different things. But it's all, at the end of the day, it's them having to feel like there's an authentic relationship where you're not trying to just use them, but you genuinely care about them. And you genuinely do care about your fans, because you used to be on Snapchat before anybody else was on Snapchat, before anybody else took it seriously. You were on Snapchat and you're like, I have an army of people that I'm communicating with, ready to buy my album once it comes out.
Is it valuable then to put dollars, you know what I'm saying, into it, or just work?
Yeah. No, it is valuable, and I can tell you how to do it. That's what people pay me to do, is how to do that. Like, the thing is, when I say valuable, it's basically a different way of thinking. It's not like, hey, let me tell everybody I have a new album. Like, look at my new song. Oh, hey everybody, like, boom. There's different ways of doing it. At the end of the day, it's all coming about, like, everybody on social media is fake. Like, you can know a lot about someone through their social media. Even if they're not on social media, you already know a lot about them. Yeah. Depending on their age, of course. If they're older, a certain age, they don't, it's okay. They don't get it, and that's fine. But the thing is, last I checked, people don't brag about not being on TV. Like, you're not like, I'm not on TV. It's stupid to be on TV. No, because it's a sphere of influence, and that's what social media is. It's a sphere of influence where you can basically flex your influence. And when I say flex your influence, is basically reach people. And not only, like, yes, in this case you're a musician and you can get people to, like, tune into you and they can buy your music and they can go to your shows, but in this case it's a platform to reach people. And social media is so undervalued because everyone's like, well, it's free, it's easy, and then a lot of people are disgusted by it because it's like, oh, people look at their selfies and their foods. But, like, give me a break. Who cares about that? At the end of the day, it's about connecting with people.
Take me down. You can take me down. Oh, you can take me down. No, you can take me down. You can take me down. No. Let me tell you about a young kid rolling out the hood, dog. I'ma try to get up out the window. I just wanna be it, it's so simple. Why you trying to talk and you ain't simple? Why you trying to live all of you simple? You don't even know where it came from.
That's my promo. Like, I want to have a promo of my album right before the biggest Hollywood blockbuster. People are in the theater, they watch my album being made for 5 seconds. That's what I want to pay for.
I mean, the thing too is, here's the thing. Like, okay, that's a cool idea, but what I would go is a step forward where it's like, people are like, oh, let's do a release party. Oh, let's do a CD listening session. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, they never make them memorable. Like, it's not memorable. It's like, how is that different from everybody else? Right. And especially with social media now, you can tell the story of what just happened. So everybody's like, wow, I missed out. Like, wow, that's that good. If it's that good, the music must be on a whole other level.
Yeah.
Like maybe do a premiere, but then it's like people don't. There's no experiences anymore. It's just even music shows. There's no experience. Even VIP experience sucks.
Yeah.
Like it's just like, hey, hi, how you doing? Let's do a selfie. Boom, okay, here's an
That's
autograph.
it.
That's
And they're
it.
gone, yeah.
And they pay so much more money just to meet their favorite artist, which is great. But the thing is, what if it's an experience they'll never forget?
Like get pied in the face by your favorite artist or something like that.
But if it's part of your brand, if it's
Or a
part of your brand,
backstage kiss.
it all comes back to your brand. It all comes to back. Did you say a
boy.
backstage kiss? Oh my gosh, it's all part of your brand. Don't only do it if it's connected to your brand. And so you can do things because of your brand is so amazing.
Yeah, I was talking to the comedian yesterday. I'm like, man, for my album release party for this album, I want to have like a comedy thing in the beginning. Now somebody rapping,
That sounds cool.
where it's not somebody just like, because rap bores me. When I see people rapping on stage, I'm sorry, it's like the most boring thing in the world, and I'm just like, man, this sucks. For real.
I know, I get what you mean, because sometimes it's all like when I first saw you perform, I was blown away because I was like, wow, like I can't believe that you're that good of a performer. Like you had so many different talents, and it's not just about having different talents, it's the fact of that you were entertaining, and I think people forget about the entertainment side. Like you were breakdancing, you were beatboxing, like you kept my attention that even if I didn't know who you were, I was like, who is this guy?
I've heard that before, man. A lot of times.
I mean, but it's true. That's the thing is people that are very talented can do things, but sometimes people don't. People, all they do is they look at someone else and they're like, oh, that's what he does. Well, then that's what I'm going to do.
Right.
If that's how Lil Yachty performs, then why do I have to go a step beyond?
Right.
Oh, if that's how the Migos perform, why do I have to go to Drake? Drake doesn't do it. Kanye, yeah. See, Kanye did a whole other experience.
Yeah.
He took it on a whole other level, and all we do is now is like, oh, let's try to copy that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's what was so amazing. Art, there is no limit. There's no rules in art. And art has there's no limits in anything.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, I think sometimes we're just okay with what we have, but we really don't have to be okay. And I think you're not okay with what you have. That's why you say rap bores you.
I just asked him right now if he can take us out and show us how to thrift. So we're gonna go out and see how to do it correctly. Hopefully I can find some cool outfits. What's my budget today?
Hopefully.
What's my budget today, Noah?
$50.
Wow, that's a lot.
Oh, 50
Noah
bucks,
said 50.
you can get a lot.
Yeah, I mean that's the max. It's not saying you're gonna try and spend $50.
Well, let's say the budget's like 30. Let's see what I can do with 30 bucks.
Okay.
But maybe even
Well, it
30 is a
all
lot.
depends. It
Well,
all
it depends.
depends.
Oh, it all depends. What should we
What
do?
you want to look, it all depends on how you, like, are you getting stuff for yourself? So if you want to get stuff for yourself, it all depends on what you're going for.